Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the how you can help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you. To bring Peter in, and we're going to have, I guess it'll be an FFG Chronicles to discuss a very interesting topic. I will let Peter introduce the topic.
Alright, so the topic for today is, has Nintendo killed handheld gaming and replaced it? Because it seems like the Switch is the only one left.
Yep.
Oh, wait, something's not right. Why is that? Unless that was intentional. Oh, Myra hosted us.
Hey Myra, thanks for the host. Yeah, we just got the
Yes.
That's fine. Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for hosting us. Yeah, thank you. You are awesome.
I thought the notification got stuck or something.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I guess we had the notification pop up about that. So that's really cool. You see, we got these the Streamlabs OBS going now, and so that's like an improvement. What do you so what do you think about Nintendo killing handheld gaming? And that's another thing. Do you all agree or disagree that Nintendo's killed
Right
handheld gaming?
now, other than like iOS, which I'm not sure you can count that as gaming, Switch is like the only one. Vita's basically dead. It's been dead for a long time.
Like, what, 3 years?
The Microsoft phone went a whole lot of nowhere.
Yeah. I also say Android, I guess, with these little apps. They're not really games. I mean, they're just money marketing.
Are you talking about Android?
Manufactured things. I mean, I guess you can have fun with them, but like, I can think of very few apps that I play very long. It's like a few minutes here, a few minutes there, and then I'm done with it.
Most of the apps I play have like some sort of like crossover where they were a port. So like Hearthstone, I can play it on PC as well.
Yeah.
So like I'm gonna play it anyways. It's convenient.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I saw all this stuff recently about PUBG Mobile, and I was like, okay. I mean, why would I play it there? When I play it on the PS4, Xbox One, or PC. It's like
we have it on the PC
and the same thing with like playing Fortnite on my phone. I mean, I could do it, but it's better on the Switch. And
but that's not saying much.
The Switch is the worst console of this current generation.
It's the worst home console, but it's the best handheld. It's also the only handheld.
Yeah, and that's another thing. And the one, like Peter and I were talking about this before we started. Myra wants to know, wait, are we talking about mobile games? We're talking about the Nintendo killing handheld gaming, Myra.
I'll bring it over.
The Switch is not that great of a console, but it's probably the most impressive handheld.
Now, we don't have the mini to show you guys, however, we do have the actual hybrid one.
And what do you think about that, Myra? Do you think that, because there used to be more handheld gaming.
The original Switch, which you can plug into the docking station. Yeah, it took a nap. Yeah, which you can plug into the docking station and it can turn into like a home console. However, the Switch Mini is purely a handheld.
Yeah, so with the Switch Mini out, so here's like a Switch.
Or Switch Mini out is mostly a console.
Switch Lite.
Hey Starbuck, welcome. Thank you for coming by, Starbuck. We are discussing Nintendo and handheld gaming, and Peter has the premise and the opinion that Nintendo has killed handheld gaming. We've talked about iOS, we've talked about Android, and we've kind of questioned how much the apps are games. That's kind of one of the questions we're posing out there to y'all.
It just feels like since like Game Boy and stuff, other than Sony, no one's really tried.
Yeah, I mean, I'm as y'all know, I'm gray, older.
Yes, totally.
I'm old school gamer.
So don't be telling the truth. Everybody can see it on your face.
I've thought about coloring.
Or better yet, turn around and let them see the back of your
You're a Game
head.
Boy person.
No, they just have to turn around.
No, there's gray I noticed last night
she got a good
all
question.
right here.
So I remember back in the day when the Game Boy came out, I remember the Game Gear, and here's what baffled me. The Game Gear was better. The Game Gear was color. The Game Gear was so much better than the Game Boy.
But it didn't have
It didn't do well. The Atari Lynx was better
Isn't that really
than the
heavy
Game
one?
Boy. Yeah, that was the big one that broke on us when we were doing that stream.
Yeah,
one
but I
day.
just thought But I just
Yeah.
remember it being
Lynx
like
is-
holding a big old fat,
Yeah,
like
Lynx
a
was
brick.
huge.
Wasn't it really heavy too?
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Virtual Boy was one of Nintendo's failures at a handheld. One of the few failures they had. Game Boy Advance. I remember the TurboGrafx Express. Now, the cool thing with the TurboGrafx Express was the cartridges for the TurboGrafx 16 home console also played in the Express. Although at the time the Express was like $350, which was like insane when the other handhelds were like $100. So it was like, oh, that's way too expensive. But SNK had a Neo Geo Pockets that was okay. They died too soon.
Just now, there's just nothing, it seems like.
Yeah, you had PSP, you had Vita, DS.
Both of which were pretty bad, PSP and Vita.
PSP was horrible, and especially if you had the little the game discs. If you pressed in on it and shoved it kind of in set, it would break and not play.
Or better yet, if you looked at it wrong, those stupid discs broke.
The PSP also broke quite often. We had to get multiple repairs on our PSP, and it was like just a pain. But I mean, at least Sony tried something at some point. And Sega's been out for so long that
But to answer Myra's question, the reason you bring like a Switch out is the difference in games. Like you can't play a Fire Emblem game that's like an actual core Fire Emblem game on the Switch. You can't play Mario. Well, you guess you could now, but it's not like the same.
Oh, the Mario Kart. Yeah,
it's not the same Mario Kart. I don't think there's a Mario Party, or if there is, it's not the same.
Not that I know of yet. They probably will eventually.
And then I know for sure there's no Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not yet.
So I mean, you can get close to console quality handheld gaming on the Switch, but really the Switch is.
Because if you're on a plane and you were playing through Breath of the Wild, you can just pull it out.
Yeah. Although the battery life.
I mean, the more intensive the game, the more battery life is gonna suck.
But that's with anything, though.
Yeah.
And that's true on your iPhones, your tablets.
Yeah. I notice on my iPhone that quite often
Twitch.
I'm losing.
Oh, Twitch is rough on
Yeah,
it.
Twitch will drain my iPhone horribly. Crossy Road will kill it if I'm doing like the pecking order. Which is where you're
Some of
competing
your
against other
genre
people.
games are that way too.
Yeah.
Which
It
is
could eat
odd.
battery
I would have
life.
thought that would be a sucker. Although my mother says the new word games are supposed to be good for your brain. It's bad on her iPhone.
Yeah. You need some milk.
So, hopefully y'all could hear Yolanda in the background talking about
Oops.
the games, the apps she likes to play. That's another thing. You notice how they don't call them games on iOS and Android. They call them apps, short for applications, which in application is a program.
Wait, there's another type of handheld game that's sort of gone on the wayside. I just happen to remember. I think we have one somewhere. Like the old, what's it called? Like the old Game & Watch type style stuff.
Oh, like the Tiger electronic ones? That
Like
would
they
just
were
be
the
that game?
isolated, like
one game on that system.
Yeah, the isolated handhelds, kind of like we have the joysticks to plug into the TV, except for it was
Yeah.
completely handheld.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those went the way of the dinosaur a while back. Trying to remember when they
How long did
died out. I mean, I don't remember. Probably the last time I remember seeing them was in the 32-bit era. And I'm trying to remember what the handhelds would have been then. I mean, definitely before the DS. I'm pretty sure they died off. Although, I mean, there are, kind of, what do you call them? Cheap knockoff versions of things. I mean, I've seen stuff that I'm sure it's pirated. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that when you sit there and see this, it's just like a cartridge has 170 NES titles on it, you're like, I don't think that's legit. And then when we've tried some of them, right? And you buy them and you're like, these are like really poor quality. It's really bad. It's like, what was someone doing? In fact, I remember years ago buying a Game Boy Advance game off of eBay, thinking it was legit. And obviously someone had used a color printer to print the case. I think it was like a Shining Force game, but not like a SRPG. It was a different Shining Force, and it was like really, you could tell the quality. Sometimes the graphics would glitch out, and you're like, I think I'm playing a ROM on a cartridge and not really. Well, I guess technically that's what all cartridges have is ROMs.
a poorly optimized ROM?
Yeah, poorly optimized one. Yeah, definitely poorly optimized ROM. And I think we've like kind of.
The only other thing I can think that's close to handheld gaming would be like a laptop.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
the
laptop
mouse
is
pads
PC.
are kind of painful though.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Because trying to WASD plus a mouse pad, that's just a really awkward.
Yeah,
Like, you're sitting like this.
try and play. And does anyone out there in Twitch have any thoughts on this? Any other systems you want to mention, handheld related, that are related to this topic? We can kind of hang out for a few minutes and see if you got that, and then if not, then we can see if y'all have any other topics you want to discuss today. October 19th, 2019 is when we're doing this stream. Watch chat. I mean, I'm trying to think of anything else, you know. It's interesting Nintendo came up with this console handheld hybrid. They've really killed off the 3DS.
Yeah, 3DS is just dead. They killed the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just a better 3DS in most ways.
Well, and that also brings up an interesting thought is, that means there's an opportunity for someone out there to do something. There have been, like, rumors for years about Microsoft doing some handheld. You've probably heard them.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard them. I've heard them at E3.
The last time I heard those rumors was, like, right before they announced the Microsoft phone, and that didn't go long.
That did not go long at all. Yeah, that went bad. Of course, that's another interesting topic is, what was that, their big old VR thing? That
HoloLens?
HoloLens. I mean, it's not much going on with that lately. They're not really pushing it.
The problem is it's so expensive, consumers aren't going to be able to buy it like it's a normal thing. So they're trying to work on getting the technology cheaper, because right now it's something that like only military stuff we're going to be able to afford, because it's thousands of dollars for a singular unit.
Yeah, and people are like, no, not paying a couple grand for a new system. Of course, I remember back in the day, back in the 16-bit.
It's not even a new system; it's just an add-on to a system.
Oh, okay. Back in the 16-bit era, there was the Neo Geo when it first came out. Or yeah, I think it was 16-bit.
I'm not even sure anything but the X can run it.
It was like $600 for Neo Geo back then, when all the other systems were like $150, $200. I mean, people were like, no, I don't have the kind of money for that. Sorry. Well, then the other problem was that since there was like a 100 megs game back then, with how chips cost and everything, it was like $150, $200 for a game. I mean, people were like, no. Thank you, but no.
They're higher quality, but they're way more expensive.
Yeah.
The times hadn't caught up.
Yeah, exactly. And then, now, I mean, all these, it's like 100 meg is like small.
100 meg, what are you doing? It's like an app.
Yeah, you're like, okay, that's tiny.
That's nothing. Those games are 40, 50.
Yeah, 40, 50 gigs now, and that's normal, so.
Of course, games do get updated now. And they have longer lifespans than they did before. It was just like, here's a story. After you beat the story, there's just nothing. It just sits there.
Yeah. Yeah, companies have gotten really good about putting additional content in there, or reasons to replay the games. Or, like, Nintendo was, like, really good at this, putting all kinds of hidden things all over the place, so.
And then having it to where you have to replay the game after beating it to find some of those hidden
that's
things.
Lego. All the Lego games.
Like, no, like, Nintendo as well. Like, some of them, you have to do stuff in New Game Plus, like in Breath of the Wild. And such.
I was thinking about the Lego games, where in the Lego games, you go through each level.
Enix is notorious for that too. You have to keep working your way up. Castlevania was like that too. You have to keep working your way up, and then you have to replay to a certain point on a different difficulty.
Yeah.
And you keep progressing.
I ran into that. Castlevania 64. Didn't realize that you can't go beyond chapter 5 on the easy, so then you have to go to normal to get beyond, and then if you want even more content, you go to hard.
You might as well just start in the hardest one.
No, you can't though. A lot of those games it's like easy, normal. Then after you beat normal, then you can go
like the
hard.
secret bosses in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. After you do that, yeah.
Like the one that takes like 24 hours to beat.
Yeah.
That one's.
So, you got any more thoughts?
No, I do not.
Doesn't look like chat has anything going on. So, I would like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.